Talk about self-determination and advocacy and some of the legal aspects of that. Renee's going to cover that. So our three speakers are Christine Brown, Renee Wood, and Marcy Slater. All right. So how about a round of applause to welcome them and
Thank you. Thank you, Willie. Can everyone hear?
Yes.
So thanks for the opportunity to speak. We're here to speak out and shake it up, y'all. So I am going to be sharing my journey of self-advocacy, how it got started in me. So what is self-determination? It is the areas of self-determination is working together to build teamwork and friendship. And areas of being self-determinant include having positive self-talk, good communication, having friends, good self-esteem, being assertive, being a team player, respect, and networking. I got this in my early life in advocacy. What is self-advocacy? Self-advocacy is teaching people with a disability how to advocate for themselves and to learn how to speak out for what they believe in. It teaches us how to make decisions and choices that affect our lives so that we can become more independent. It also teaches us about our rights but along with learning our rights, we learn our responsibilities. That's in this Hayden and Schwartz 1991 research. And that includes solving our own problems and making your own decisions, knowing your rights and responsibilities, contributing to the community, and speaking up for yourself. This is what a lot of individuals should learn how to do. So what is a good leader? I came out with this in a lot of research. A good leader has these following skills. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. And the greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest thing. He or she is the one that gets the people to do the greatest thing. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. That's in John C. Maxwell. And management is doing things right. Leadership is doing the right thing. True leadership lies in guiding others to success, ensuring that everyone is performing at their best, doing the work they are pledged to do, and doing it well. So, this is some different things. In my life, some of my goals and my support, the way it is worked, like these phone calls, taking time for return calls, constitute timely return. How does anxiety play into the unreturned call? The thing is that whenever I have something going on and I need answers, the thing is, after so long, and long means like from it all varies in the situation, 30 minutes to 5 days. Some people have tendency that if their service and support administrator or their support team does not return calls, they feel they're being ignored. One thing that I have told some self-advocates to be doing is, like, for example, if their service and support administrator does not return calls, keep a fact sheet. What day did you call your SSA? What day did you call the supervisor? Did they ever return your call or email you? And if no, then you go to the assistant director, then director, then superintendent, and then that is a way the self-advocate has evidence that they are following the chain of command. So, listening to the individual. It's important to taking time when I need to express myself. The thing is, everyone has their own speed in processing and their way they are communicating. Some take longer than others, and it all is person-centered. I know that your time is valuable, but when you cut time off to finish my sentence, you're taking my voice. The point of that quote is that whenever somebody is cutting someone off, they could lose the things right in their brain as they're trying to communicate, and it's like, oh, you just cut me off, I just need to start over again. And that uses up more time instead of letting them finish their full sentence. And listening to me, even if I don't communicate with words, everyone communicates differently. We know that there's verbal, nonverbal, using the iPad and speaking device. So being a leader in the DD field, things to know when you're a leader working in the DD field, being there for the individual, listening to the individual and family on what they want, encouraging individuals to achieve their goals. Never say you can't do it yourself or the people you work with. I always say, I'm able to achieve it, no one is going to stop me. And serving on committees like the waiver work group, I do that, representing individuals. So what got me into self-advocacy? The first thing was when I was in school, I was made fun of and spoke up and took the stand regarding transportation and choir. My mom and I first got into self-advocacy when I was getting to not get to be in choir and the transportation. We lived in a less than a quarter mile of walking, but what we learned was I didn't have this peripheral vision. I almost got killed at age 14 by a school bus. Then I took a project getting public transit in Pickerington. When I lived in Pickerington, and this was way before I knew about waiver services, so think of being someone who doesn't know waiver services. You have a disability, you don't know what your life is going to turn out like, because it's like, how am I going to get around? So I went to City of Pickerington, and the City of Pickerington, it took 3 years to get this public transit in Pickerington, and one of the things was the Department of Motor Vehicles was denying the license plate 6 times. So I took a stand and went to the state, and we got it done. And spoke up, being included in regular high school swim team. I got to do that. I also now do Special Olympics swimming. Just competed 2 weekends ago. Then started a legislative advocate and have not stopped since then, because I know more than 40 legislators in the state, and I've had lots of success educating them on what it is, how certain issues affect people. So what is it I have served on? This is my whole list. Being a member of the DD Waiver Service, chair of the Ohio Self-Determination Association Central Region, serving on the Self-Advocate Advisory Council with Jed Morrison. And then I've served on the Governor's Council, but that got discontinued, and led 4 legislative days. Then all these other groups that I was been part of over these years. And continue to work hard because it's important. So this is the support team I have. On your left, that is Gene Stuntz, Ruben Garcia, and who's now been an advocate, and he's moving from Vinton to Lorraine. And then that picture on the right is when I graduated from the Community Rehabilitation Assistance Certificate Program. So advocacy strategies, I was the first people that took Project STIR when it was started in Ohio, because when it started I was on the board of Ohio Self-Determination Association, and so I was one of the first. Then I feel it is a good idea for staff and individuals to take, so everyone can work together to set realistic goals to help achieve. And like in 2019, I retook Project STIR because how it uses the life course, and gave my service coordinator that, and I helped find their voice. And working with legislators on issues affecting people with disabilities, like I said, I know more than 40. So the path of living on my own, first I lived with family until 2004, then moved out with roommate first, then moved out on my own. Then I tried living with someone else, and it didn't work out because I'm better living alone than with someone because of my autism. It just was a learning curve. And we are still friends even if we don't live together. And I can manage my own money and pay my own bills independently, and also am my own payee. And I go places independently, like using Uber, Yellow Cab, and Coda, which helps me not need as much in staffing. So the career milestone that I did, I was an individual in a shelter workshop once, and then started my consulting business in effect from 2004 through 2017, Brown Cooley Associates. Steve Cooley, who was a resident in Franklin County. We started the business in 2004, and in 2005, he died at age 45. And, but I kept it going all that time in honor of him. And I was the certified program assistant through ARC Industries from 2010 to 2017. And while at ARC, I completed this leadership, education, and neurodevelopmental disabilities through Ohio State University, which led to my career as a clinical research assistant / self-advocate at Nysonger Center, where I am today. And I also am the self-advocate faculty through Lind. So what have I achieved? Spoken in 58 out of 88 counties, graduated, like I said, of the Human Service Certificate Program and Lind, which again is the Leadership Education Neurodevelopmental Disabilities to OSU, and got students in this comprehensive transition post-secondary program to have, that's programs we have about 8 to 10 in the state of Ohio that are focused to help individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities get college so they feel they're getting in a career that matches their interests. And I always say college is the biggest integrated setting. There's nothing bigger than a college setting that CMS should help fund. And so also, because the Ohio State students, all the regular students at OSU, they had access to the Ohio College Opportunity Grant for tuition, but the students through CHOPS, Transition Options Post-Secondary at OSU did not. And I said, that's violation. They should have equal rights. So we finally took a stand. We got it done. And got the non-medical transportation, finally after almost 1.5 years fighting on this. We got the non-medical transportation to cover college, practicums, and volunteering. It took close to 2 years, and it's got in effect February 1st this year, finally. And I've done public testimony in the State House, and also, last year, I received one of the top 40 under 40 from Columbus Business First for my career success and my advocacy. So thank you, everyone. I hope it was good. So now I'll hand this over to Renee.